Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. So in the previous video we have done some exponential functions, like what are the kinds of questions they can ask on exponential equations, modeling questions, graphs. So now today we will see logarithm. So what are logarithms? So logarithms are nothing but inverse of exponential functions. So if you have studied functions and inverse, so you will be having some idea what are inverse functions. So let's see in a very concise way. If you have an equation like this, a power x equal to n, like this, a power x equal to n, the same equation can be represented in logarithms like this: log of n to the base a equals to x. So basically these two equations are exactly same, no difference at all. First equation is given in exponential form, second equation is given in logarithmic form. So from this I can also say this: log of n to the base a equals to x means actually is n equals to, that is the number equal to, a raised to the power x. So if exponential equation is given, you can convert that into logarithm. So if logarithmic equation is given, you can convert that into exponential form. So this is important because this will help you to solve logarithmic equation questions. And in some exponential equations, you will also have equations like this in which you will be requiring log. I think we have seen one question also. I think this one. You can see this. This is logarithmic equation. So we have used log here and then it converts into logarithmic equation, because in that way I can find directly my x. So this interconversion is important and you should know how to do this. So we will learn more when we will solve equations. Okay, now let's try some basic logarithmic values. Try to find some basic logarithmic values. So first is log of 9 to the base 3. Now, how will you understand what is log 9 base 3? So you will understand it like this. You have base 3, right? Here in this question, A part. So what number 3 should be raised? So what number 3 should be raised to get 9? And that answer is obviously 2, right? So if 3 is raised to the power 2, we get 9. So that is our answer, that is 2. I hope you understand this. So if somebody says log of 1 to the base 10, that is in B part. So you will say this value is nothing but, this is actually the power of 10 to make it 1. So what power 10 should be raised to get 1? So that power we know is 0. So it means this log value is 0. C part. In C part you can see base is 6 and a number is 1 by 6. So we can say what power 6, that is the base, should be raised to get 1 by 6. 1 by 6 means nothing but 6 power minus 1. So obviously my answer is minus 1. Next one, log of 0 base 3. So what number 3 should be raised to get 0? We know this, there is no such number. So this is actually not defined, because doesn't matter what power is there to the base of 3, you can never get it as 0. It can approach to 0. We write it like this: 3 power minus infinity approaches to 0, but we never write it's equal to 0 because it's never equal to 0. Okay, next thing. So log of 9 to the base 1 by 3. So what power 1 by 3 should be raised to get 9? To get 9. So as you can see, it's 9 in numerator, in left hand side 3 is in denominator. So to make it in numerator, obviously some negative power should be raised. And we know 3 square is 9. So obviously my answer is minus 2. So 1 by 3 power minus 2 is nothing but 9. So my answer here is minus 2. I hope everyone understands this. Okay, now next thing. So this is just basic, how to find basic logarithmic values. Now next thing is, the most important thing in this is when you have something like log n to the base a equal to x. So when it is defined and when it is not defined. So that you should know. So the number n should always be greater than 0. Otherwise, it's not defined. So you can say log values are defined for positive numbers only. And next thing, the base a should be greater than 0 and not equal to 1. Otherwise, it is not defined. So sort of you can say this is my domain of the function. If you have studied functions, then I think you will understand the domain. If you don't understand the word domain, then you can just say these are the values for which log will be defined. Otherwise, if some value is outside this, then it is not defined. So this is my domain of logarithms. This is very important. This will be very helpful when you will be solving logarithmic equations. So just remember this, number should be greater than 0, base should be greater than 0, and base is not equal to 1. Okay, so let's try first understanding the laws of logarithm. Now there are a lot of laws. So, but we will be discussing only 3 which are generally there in this curriculum. But there are generally, you can say around 8 to 9 laws of logarithm which are important. But in this curriculum, these are the only 3 basic laws that we will be requiring. So let's first see. Log of m to the base a plus log of n to the base a is equal to log of m into n base a. So what this law says is, if base of logarithm is same and logs are adding, then you can multiply the numbers, right? So for example, let's take a simple example. Log of 5 base 10 plus log of you have 2 base 10. So I can write this as base is same, logs are adding, so I can multiply the numbers. So I will get 5 times 2, which is nothing but we know 5 times 2 is 10. So I have 10 base 10. And we know this is nothing but 1. We just discussed how to find this. Okay, so similarly, if base is same and logs are subtracting, then you can divide the numbers. So you will have log of m by n. So for example, let's take one example. For example, let's say you have 20. Log of 20 base 2. Minus you have something like, let's say, log of 5 base 2. So this is how you will read a log expression. So log first number then base. So log of 5 base 2 equals to. As you can see, base is same, logs are subtracting, so you can divide the numbers. So 20 divided by 5, you can write it like this. And 20 by 5 is nothing but 4. So log of 4 base 2, which is nothing but 2. So these laws will help you in solving exponential equations and logarithmic equations. So that's the use of these logs. Okay. Last and very important is log of n to the power k base a is nothing but k times log n base a. So basically, if your number has some power k or exponent k, then you can bring that exponent outside the logarithm like this. So this k comes outside the logarithm like this. So for example, if I take an example, you can take 2 base, let's say this is 16. So log 16 base 2, anyways we know this is nothing but 4, because 2 raised to power 4 is 16. So this answer is 4. Now I'm just using this law to explain to you how to simplify this. So log 16 can be written as 2 power 4. And now this number has exponent 4, so you can bring this 4 outside. So it comes out to be like this, and log 2 base 2 is 1. So answer is 4. Anyways, we know answer is 4, but this is just to show you how to use this law. Okay, we will be using this more as we will be practicing some questions. But this is the basic 3 laws: addition, subtraction, and power. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, just one thing I just want to mention, because I've been teaching a lot of students, and what I have observed is some students do this in the beginning when they're learning. So let me just write here. So if something like this is written, for example, let's say like this, log of x plus 5. When nothing is written, you assume that base is 10. Okay, let me just give you 10. But anyways, it's good to know when nothing, no base is written, you can assume the base is 10. Okay, so log of x plus 5. So what they generally do is, I have seen that they will write something like this. You can't do this. Okay, this is one number x plus 5. You can't separate it in write in different log terms. So this is wrong. So don't do this. Even if it's subtraction or even if it's addition, don't do this. This you cannot simplify. This will remain as it is. Okay, there is no simplification of this. So, and anyways, you can't write this as log of x plus log of 5. Okay, more we will see when we will practice some equations. Okay, so let's try some questions. So first is, what are the type of questions that they can ask in your exams? So first is, they can give you some logarithmic equations and they will say solve. So for example, this solve for x. So as you can see, 1 log term, 2 log term, and 3 is there. So we have to solve this and find the value of x. So the first basic rule is, whenever you have a logarithmic equation, try to bring all the log terms on one side so that we can simplify the terms using the laws, and then we can find the x value. So first thing that you will do to solve this is, let's bring these log terms on one side. So let's bring all log terms on left hand side like this. That's the first step. Second step is, we have to somehow simplify the LHS. So, and make it one log term instead of two. There are two terms, right? So we have to make it one term. So what I can do is, now I can use some laws to simplify this. So first law that I'm using is the exponent law. That is the third law. This one. So if a number has some exponent, you can bring it outside, or you can do the reverse also, right? If some number is written outside the log, so that number can become the exponent of the number also, right? Same thing. So we are using it inversely. So here you can see we have a number 2 that is outside log. So I can take this 2 and make it the exponent of the number that is x minus 1. I hope everyone understands this. So I'm using the inverse. Okay, and then next thing is, base is same, right? Base is 2, and numbers, or you can say the logs, are subtracting. So when logs subtract, base is same, you can divide the numbers. 11 minus 6x divided by x minus 1 whole square. Now you can see I have used two laws here, and it simplifies into one log term. So this is important. I hope everyone understands this. If you are having some problem in understanding, take a pause the video and just think about for 2 minutes. Okay, now next is, we have just discussed this in the start. If you have a logarithmic equation, you should know how to convert this into exponential one. So what you do is, we say it like this: a is raised to power x equal to n. If log n base a is equal to x, right? We write it in this form. So how do I remember is, just bring a to right side, x becomes exponent, then a power x equals n. So same thing I am going to do here. So this is my logarithmic equation. I am going to convert this into exponential. So this number is equal to 11 minus 6x over x minus 1 whole square. This is the number equals to, I will bring this 2 to right side. It means this 3 will become the exponent of 2. So let's solve this now. Now you can see there is no log here. This is no exponential equation. We can easily now simplify and get the value of x. So let's see. So this will be 11 minus 6x equals 2 power 3 is 8 times x minus 1 whole square, which is nothing but 11 minus 6x equals This will be, let's multiply this. So this will come out to be 8x square plus 8 minus, this will be 2 and 8, 16x. So when you simplify, you will get this. Let's bring everything on one side. Let's bring everything on right side. So I will get 8x square and this minus 6. Okay, so just let's first write this so that there is no confusion. I mean, you can solve this in any way you like. Okay, so this will be 8x square minus 10x minus 3 equals 0. Now we have a quadratic. Now we can easily make factors of this. So let's try to make factors. So 4x. First we will try with 4x and 2x. If that doesn't work, then we will go for x and 8. I think you know the drill. So this will be 4x and this will be 2x and we need minus 10. So 12. Okay. Minus 3. So minus 12 plus 2 is 10. Okay. So these are my factors. So what are my roots now? So I am getting x as, from this I am getting x as minus 1 over 4, or x can be 3 over 2. So these are my two values of x. Now I know that if you are solving this for the first time, then 99% of you, maybe even 100% of you will give this as the answer. But this is not the answer. I hope you remember this one very important point that we have discussed, this domain. You always have to check your answers when you are solving logarithmic equations, whether the answers are in the domain or not. Right? So let's see. Now x is minus 1 by 4. If x is minus 1 by 4, just look at this term. This will become negative. And we know log of negative number not defined. So this cannot be my answer. So you have to reject this answer. And 3 by 2, I don't think we have any problem. 3 by 2 minus 1 is half. That is okay. So 11 minus 3 by 2, that is 9. So that is also okay. So my answer is, final answer is only x equals to 3 by 2. You have to reject this minus 1 over 4. This is more important because this carries 1 mark generally. I hope you understand this. Okay, let's try one more question. Simplify x square plus 4x plus 3 over x square plus x. Okay, so let's simplify. So basically, make factors, right? Quadratic, we can make factors. So this is nothing but x plus 1 into x plus 3. You can do it here only. This is x square plus x. Let's take x common. This is nothing but x plus 1. And then you can just cross x plus 1. So what I'm getting is x plus 3 over x. Okay, so that's a simplified version. Okay, B part. Find x such that log of x square plus 4x plus 3 minus this equals 4. Okay, so now we have a logarithmic equation. So we have to simplify this and solve for x. So now you can see this base is same of these two log values. So the numbers will divide. So this I can write it as directly as x square plus 4x plus 3 divided by x square plus x, because base is same. Otherwise you can't do this. Just remember this. You can only apply these laws when base are same. Okay, equals to 4. And we have already simplified this. This is nothing but log of x plus 3 over x. This is nothing but x plus 3 over x equals 4. So now we have already done this. This is a log equation. We have to convert this into exponential. So what will happen is this base will go to right side and this 4 will become the exponent of 2. So x plus 3 over x equals 2 power 4. And 2 power 4 is nothing but 16. So from this I am getting x plus 3 equals 16x. And I am getting 15x equals 3. So x is nothing but 1 over 5. And always remember one thing, if I was not clear in previous question, Once you get the answer, you have to just see whether it is not making any problem or whether it is in domain. So 1 by 5, I think it's positive. This number is also positive. So it's not making any problem. So this is my answer. So always check whether the answer is in domain or not. Okay, so let's try one more question. Now you can have modeling based questions also on logarithms and exponentials. So generally what happens is whenever a modeling question is there, you have to use exponential also and log also. And you can see in this equation also, this was log, but somehow you have to convert this into exponential to simplify. And even in exponentials, we have seen we have to use log. So they go hand in hand. Okay, so let's try this question. Lions were introduced on an island. The number of lions L after T years they were introduced is given by this. Okay, so you can say this is my equation. L equals 80 into e power 1 by 5 into t, where t is some real number and t is greater than equal to 0. Okay, find the number of lions that were introduced to the island. Okay, so first thing that we will do is number of lions that were introduced. So it means time t equal to 0 we are talking about. So time t equal to 0, what will happen is, what's the value of L? So L is equal to, this will be e power 0, that is 1. So this will become 80. So that is my answer. B part. Find the number of years it would take for number of lions to exceed first 1000. So what I am getting is 1000 lions. So basically I need number of years. So 1000 is equal to 80 e power 1 by 5t. So basically I am calculating the time when the population of lions reach 1000. So just greater than this time, obviously my number of lions will be greater than 1000. So 1000 equals, so basically L, this L will become equal to 1000. So let's simplify this. So this will be nothing but 100 by 8 equals e power 1 by 5t, or you can say from this is nothing but, now take log on both sides. Now why is, now you can see this is an exponential equation, so we have to convert this into log equation to simplify, right? So it's always inverse. Whenever you have log equation, you have to convert this into exponential to simplify. So whenever you have exponential equation, you have to use logs to simplify. Okay, so I am taking log on both sides and I am taking the base of the log. Okay, so basically I have cancelled this 0. Okay, in case you are wondering. Okay, so I will take log on both sides and I will take the base as e. I can take any base I want. So I am taking this e because on right side we have e. So that will help me a lot. So this is e power 1 by 5 t. I hope everyone understands what I'm doing. I'm taking log on both sides. So left side, we can just use our calculator to find this. Just remember, in calculator, take the base as e equals to. Now this will be, we know this is the exponent law. Whatever power is there, you can bring it outside. So this will be 1 by 5 times t, and I have is log of e to the base e, and that is obviously 1. So from this, because this is 1, my time value is coming out to be 5 times log of 100 by 8 base e. So let's find this using our calculator. Let's see what value comes out. This comes out to be 12.6286 years. Now, so what are they asking is find the number of years it would take for the number of lions to first exceed 1000. So when time is 12.6286 years, it will just reach 1000 approximately. So greater than this, you will have first time the number of lions will exceed 1000. So you can say your answer is this only, you can leave it like this also, and you can just give your answers as 13 years also. That will also be acceptable, I think, because nothing much is written as to how many significant figures we have to do this and that. Okay, anyways, so this is my answer. You can take it as 12.6286 or you can just write 13. That is also acceptable. You will get full marks. Okay, C part, because nothing is mentioned. C part. Find dl by dt. That is differentiation. Okay, so differentiation we have done in exponential. That is what happens to the differentiation of e power kx. So when we differentiate e power kx, k comes outside and rest of the function remains same. So that is what we'll be doing here. So L is nothing but at e power 1 by 5t. So dl by dt is equal to at into 1 by 5 e power 1 by 5t. So basically whatever this number k here is 1 by 5, that is outside. So 16 e power 1 by 5t. So that is my answer. I hope everyone understands. Okay, let's try the D part now. D part says find L when dl by dt is 50. Okay, so we have the dl by dt value. This should be equal to 50. So we need the time. We need L. Okay, so we need the population L when dl by dt is 50. So let's first do dl by dt as 50 equals 16 e power 1 by 5 t. So from this I am getting e power 1 by 5 t is nothing but 50 over 16. So this is what I am getting. Now the question is we need to find L. So what is my L value? L is, that is, the population of lions is nothing but 80 times. It's given as e to the power 1 by 5t. So I can just directly substitute e to the power 1 by 5t as 50 over 16 because that is when dl by dt is 50. So I can just substitute this directly and I will get L as 80 times 50 over 16 from here. So this will be nothing but 250, which is my answer. Okay. So I hope everyone understands this. This is the answer for my D part. Now there is one more thing you can do here is you can, from this equation, you can find first t value and then substitute t value here. That's the same thing. But anyways, we don't need time because they are not asking it. So I have just directly substituted this e power 1 by 5t value. So the alternate thing to do is you can find t also when dl by dt is 50 or when population of lions is 250. You can find the time also. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching STEM Trainers. Now, if you find this useful, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks.